Good morning, students. So today we are going to start with the next one chapter, that is a Ethernet. So according to IEEE, they are going to call it as an 802.3. So this Ethernet is easily the most successful local air network technology of the last 20 years. It was developed in the mid 1970s by the researchers at the Xerox Palo Alto Research Center. Ethernet is a working example of the more general, that is a carrier sense multiple access with a collision detection local area technology. So already we have discussed about this, that is a carrier sense multiple access collision detection in the different types of the topologies, where you have studied this in the bus topology, that where the bus topology is going to be implemented based on the CSMA bus CD technology, that is a carrier sense multiple access collision detection. Now, if you wanted to see that what you mean by the CSA, what you mean by the MA and the CD, so here it is that the carrier sense in the CSMA bar CD means that all the nodes can distinguish between whether the line is ideal and a busy link. Is it clear? Whenever the node is having the data to transfer, so before transmitting the data or the frame, so first it is going to check that whether the line is ideal or whether it is a busy. Busy means is already someone is sending the information on that link. Is it clear? So this is the technology which we are going to be call it as a carrier sense, that each node can distinguish currently that line is ideal or busy. The next one is a multiple access network, means that a set of nodes send and receive the frames over a shared link. The link is going to be shared among the n number of nodes which are connected to the single segment or to the common physical media. All the nodes are able to send and receive the frames over a shared link. So this is what you are going to be called as a multiple access. Is it clear? So as I've told already, so Ethernet has been like a, this is a bus that has a multiple stations are going to be plugged in into it. Now the last one is the collision detection. The collision detection means that a node listens at it transmits and can therefore detect whenever a frame it is transmitting as interfered or collided with the frame transmitted by the another node. So this is here what you are going to be call it as a collision detection, that node listens as it transmits and can therefore detect when the frame it is transmitting is going to be collide with the another frame. So how it is going to be happen? When more than one node is having a data to transfer, they are going to be sense that the physical media, if the physical media is ideal, so both the nodes are simultaneously they are going to transfer the frame. So this is the reason for the occurrence of the collision. When the collision is going to be occur, the node will come to know that the frame which it has been transmitted has been collided with the another frame which is transmitted by the another node present on the network. So this is here what you are going to be call it as a collision detection. Now the next one here we are going to see about some of the physical properties of this particular the Ethernet, how the local air network is going to be constructed in the olden days. Okay, so that is constructed with the help of the bus topology, as I already have told you about that. Now we are going to be see that which type of the medium is going to be used and what are the physical properties are there for constructing this particular the Ethernet. So now the Ethernet, the medium is the coaxial cable which they are going to use. The physical media which is used, okay, to connect all these particular computers and to carry the signals. So which physical media is used? Coaxial cable is going to be used. Okay, so the Ethernet is going to be operate on a 10 Mbps, and recently new technologies has been emerged. So the Ethernet is also going to be working on 100 Mbps called as a fast Ethernet, and even still faster is also there, that is a 1000 Mbps version called it as a gigabit Ethernet. Now a Ethernet segment is implemented on a coaxial cable up to 500 meters. So what is the length of that coaxial cable? So the length of the coaxial cable which is used the olden days to construct the local air network, that the segment is up to 500-meter length. Okay, so this cable is similar to the type of the cable which is used for connecting the TVs, that is called as a cable TV. Is it clear? Already you people are familiar about the the cable TV which you are connecting to the coaxial cable. The difference here it is that the segment here which is used for in building the Ethernet, it is having an impedance of the 50 ohms instead of a cable TV is having a impedance of 75 ohms. Is it clear? So this is the main the difference here. Now the host which is connected to the Ethernet segment by a tapping into it. It is a process of connecting your particular computer or host to this the segment. So this process of connecting here we are going to call it as a tapping to the segment. Is it clear? So now if you are going to see this particular the diagram here, in this diagram you are having one device called as a transceiver. So this is a small device. This device is going to be tapped to the Ethernet cable, and the wire from this transceiver is connected to the adapter. The adapter is present in the host. Is it clear? So in the similarly, so you can connect the number of hosts to this particular the common segment called as a common internet cable. Okay, so what is the distance you have to maintain to connect one computer to the another? The minimum distance between the two computers should be of 2.5 meters. Is it clear? So what is the minimum distance you have to maintain? It's the 2.5 meters, that is from one host to the another host. So okay, you have to leave a 2.5 meter, then you have to go for the tapping process. You connect another one the transceiver to the Ethernet cable, and through the transceiver you use the wire, and that is going to be connecting to the host. Is it clear? Now this transceiver is a small device directly attached to the tap. The transceiver detects when the line is ideal or when it is busy. So this is the job of that transceiver. It is going to detect that when a line is ideal, and the transceiver is going to drive the signal when the host is transmitting. Whenever a host is having a data to transfer, whenever it is having a frame to transfer, so the adapter of this particular host is converting the bits into the signals and make them to propagate. So these signals are sent to the transceiver. Now the transceiver is responsible for transmitting these particular lines, transmitting these signals on the line. Is it clear? Now it is also going to receive the incoming signals also. Now the transceiver is also able to receive the signals which are coming on the Ethernet cable. It receives the signal, and that signal will be transmitted to the adapter which is connected to the host. Now all the protocols, is it clear? All the logic that makes up the internet protocol, everything is going to be implemented on the adapter side. Nothing is going to be implemented on the transceiver side. That is the job of the physical layer, the job of the data link layer, creation of the frames, conversion of the bits into signals. So lot of things are there. Is it clear? So that's why they are going to be say that all the Ethernet protocol is going to be implemented on the adapter side, okay, not on the transceiver side. Now the question is going to be raised, okay, so how many number of segments we can connect? Is it possible to increase the local area network? Is it clear? So this question is going to be raised. So here we are going to be say that an Ethernet the segments here, how you are going to connect it, that is a more number of that cables which you are going to use, more number of segments which you are going to connect it with the help of the repeaters, and then you are going to increase your size of the local area network. So now multiple Ethernet segments can be joined together with the help of the repeaters. You just see this diagram here, you are having a four the segments are there. Each segment is of 500 meters. So each segment is connecting to a one device called as a repeater. Repeater is a device which is similar to the amplifier which forwards the analog signals. Similarly, repeater is also a device which forwards the digital signals. Is it clear? Repeater forwards the digital signals on the all outgoing lines. Is it clear? Now whenever the computer, the node which is connecting to this particular local area network, so that is the nodes which are connecting to these segments, when they send the data is going to be transmitted on all the lines which is connected to this. That is, if any one node send the information, all the nodes which are connected to this network are able to receive the information. It is going to work on a broadcast model. Is it clear? If one node send the information, all the nodes which are presented in this network, everyone is going to receive the information. The address to whom it matches, Is it clear? So that node is going to receive the information of the frame, other nodes are going to simply discard the frame. Okay, so this is how it is going to be transmitted. It is going to be work on a broadcast model. So at a time only one node is having an authority to send the data, all other nodes are going to receive it, that is going to be broadcasted. Now there is another one device here which they are going to be used to connect at the end of each particular segments. You are going to be call it as a terminators. The purpose of using the terminators is to absorb the signal. Is it clear? So it will not allow the signal to bounce back once again. Is it clear? So whenever the signals are going to be reached at the end of that segment, it is going to absorb it. Now the next question here it is that maximum how many number of repeaters we can use. Maximum 4 repeaters can be used, because the maximum distance we have to maintain of that network is it should not be a more than 2500 meters. If you are connecting 4 segments, so each segment may be of 500 meters, so for each segment you are connecting one repeater. So that's why here they are going to be say that so maximum only 4 repeaters may be positioned between any pair of the hosts which are present in the network. If you take that any two hosts which they wanted to communicate, send and receive, in between the maximum number of repeaters should be 4. Maximum is 4 in between a pair of hosts which they wanted to communicate on a Ethernet network. Is it clear? So that's why they are going to be say that the total distance, the total reach should be of maximum to 2500. Now how many number of computers we can connect on this particular the network? So maximum we can connect up to 1024 hosts. Is it clear? So this is all about the physical properties of this. The next one here we are going to see about that. Okay, how the technology has been changed. So the new technology in the Ethernet has been emerged. Instead of using the coaxial cable, and Ethernet can construct it from the thinner cable. Is it clear? Initially there is know that in the coaxial cable, thick coaxial cable and the thin coaxial cable, now they are going to be call it as a 10 base 2. What do you mean by 10 base 2? 10 means the network is going to be operate at a 10 Mbps bandwidth. Base means that this cable is used in the baseband system. Already you know about the two types of the system. One is the pass band, another one is a baseband, where you are going to transfer the digital signals here. So that's why they are going to call it as a base, means the cable which is used in a baseband system. 2 means that a given segment is a maximum length of up to 200 meters. So before that the original one was 10 base 5, that is working at 10 Mbps. So the cable used is a baseband system. 5 is a 500 meter, the maximum length of the segment. Now nowadays the another one, the cable technology has been emerged. We are going to be call it as a 10 base T. So that is T is going to be stand for the twisted pair. Is it clear? So the distance here it is that limited up to 100 meters only. Okay, so the common configuration is to have the several point to point segments coming out of a multi-way repeater called as a hub. So here having an point to point segments which is coming out from a multi-way repeater. So you are going to using one common repeater called as a hub. As the technology has been changed here, initially we have constructed using the bus topology. Now you are constructing the network using the star topology. So there is a dedicated wire, that is a point to point connectivity from hub to the nodes which are going to be connecting. Dedicated individual wire will be there. Is it clear? So this is a even you can connect it from one hub to the another hub. The computer connected to the one hub should be able to communicate with the computer connected on the another hub. So this is the example of the star topology. Okay, that is we are going to construct this using the twisted pair wire. The next one here you are going to see about the frame format of this particular the Ethernet. Okay, so that is the media access control, the MAC layer protocol, which is responsible for creation of these frames and all. It is implemented on the hardware on the network adapter, that is the Ethernet media access control. It is implemented on the hardware of the network adapter. Where it is implemented? On the network adapter. Now we are going to see the frame format here. Okay, now the frame here it is going to the consist of first 64-bit preamble, allow the receiver to synchronize with the signal. For the synchronization purpose, you are having an 64-bit preamble bits. The next one is that 48 bit destination address, 48-bit source address will be there. Okay, and the 16 bits is going to be representing the type of the packet. It is clear, the data to that is the packet type field serves as the demultiplexing key. Is it clear? The purpose of using this particular field is to identify that to which high layer protocols this particular frame should be delivered. Is it clear? On the receiver side, to which higher level protocol this the frame should be delivered. Is it clear? So that's why it is going to using it as a one demultiplexing key. Okay, so this is the type. Body is going to carry the data, so it can carry maximum up to 1500 bytes of the data. Minimum a frame must contain at least 46 byte of a data. Maximum is 1500 bytes, minimum is 46 bytes of the data. Okay, now the minimum bytes is required because here they are going to be say that the frame must be long enough to detect a collision. So that's why the minimum they are going to use to 46 bytes. Now finally each frame is going to include a 32-bit CRC. So this CRC is used to detect the errors in the data. Already you know about a CRC, cyclic redundancy check. Is it clear? Now from the host perspective, an Ethernet frame has a 14 byte header, okay, and two 6-byte addresses and 2 byte type field. The sending adapter attaches the preamble CRC postamble before transmitting and receiving. The adapter removes them. Is it clear? So this is, you just note this. So this is the work with what it is going to do this. This is a note. Is it clear? Now this is all about the frame format. Okay, so here we are going to stop it, and the next one we are going to start with the Ethernet addresses and the collision detection, how the nodes are going to detect the collision. Okay, so thank you very much.